Hello once again, everyone. Welcome to Crusnik's Purgatory. I'm your host, Crusnik X, and tonight we return back to the land of Stormblood with a job that I haven't done in quite a while and have been getting quite rusty on. But we finally got it to level 70 recently, so I figured, what the hell? Let's get to the storyline part of it. So tonight we will be doing the Stormblood storyline for Path of the Astrologian. Now, before I start off, I have to make this minor note. At the time of this recording, the new Final Fantasy XIV expansion, Shadowbringers, has been released, and with it comes a lot of updates to the battle system, especially with Astrologian, and I will get to explain all of those in a future episode of Path of the Astrologian for Shadowbringers. But until then, we will worry about getting through the storyline for Stormblood. Now, when we left off in the Heaven's Ward storyline for Path of the Astrologian, everything was going well for learning Shalian astrology in Ishgard. And Lady Leveva is now going under the guise of Lord Rufin, her father. But in reality, all she did was shorten her hair, cut her hair, and change her voice a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how the storyline progresses. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get right down to the Stormblood storyline for Path of the Astrologian by talking to Janquinod and completing the level 60 quest, East Meets West. Top of the morning to you, Chris. Or is it the evening? It is so hard to tell locked up here in the Athenium day and night. Alright, technically speaking, I can leave any time of my choosing. But it is as if some strange force prevents me from stepping forth into the light. But enough of that. You are here to learn what became of your humble companions while you were off saving the realm. Well, since Ishgard's quite abrupt change in leadership, the Vault has become somewhat more receptive to the contemporary ideas of Master Rufin. They have even asked our compatriot in disguise to hold for them another symposium on Shalian astrology, and this time within the city-state proper, and not at some forsaken hamlet. Nothing against the fine citizenry of Falcon's Nest, mind you. In fact, the good Rufin has foreseen your arrival in the stars and awaits you in the observatorium. The look on your face tells me you are less than convinced. Still the skeptic after all we've been through together, eh? Allow me to recreate this morning's reading. In the center of the Dawn Cross, we have the spear. To its left, the inverted arrow. To its right, the inverted balance. Beneath, we have the inverted spire and the inverted bowl. And finally, at the crown, is the ewer. Well, do you not see it? It is plain as the stench of day-old piss in the broom on a balmy summer's eve. Though peace hath settled upon our great land, it will be along the path of coming destruction that friends new and old shall discover the bush that doth bear the fruit of knowledge and hope. And to think it was you who attuned to all six heavens. In other words, he who brought peace to Ishgard, that would be you, will walk the road south to the observatorium where, I don't know, you shall read some books with Lady Leveva to discover a new spell for delivering excruciating pain to your enemies and their families? It all sounded more convincing when she explained it to me this morning over that bottle of wine. Or was it 2 bottles? At any rate, I would suggest you make haste. You know how our little protege does not take kindly to those who make her wait. It was good seeing you again, Chris. And something tells me you will be back again soon. Oh, I'll be back, alright, but not to talk to you. Alright, off to Dragonhead. Alright. Let's ride. Why she has to be at the observatorium is beyond me. Oh, great fate going on. And here we are at the first Discoterial Observatorium of Ethereal and Astrological Phenomena. Why these Guardians have to make all these long-ass names is beyond me. Alright, let's talk to Leveva. Friend and fellow Astrologian, it is good to see you again. What has it been? 2, 3? Let's just say that it has been too long. Did Jenko not speak to you of my reading? Well then, there is hope for that well-dressed dullard yet. Though, I've learned the key to success is not entrusting him with more than one task at a time, and making certain that task does not require much in the way of thinking, or acting for that matter. As for the reading, I believe it instructs as to our next step in spreading the knowledge of...
Master Rufin! An injured traveler has arrived at our gate seeking succor!
An ill omen. With me, Chris!
Please, I can walk no further.
The stars were kind in guiding you to this place. The astrologians here have ways of easing one's hurts.
Astrologians? I have no need of prophecy or prognostatio. Or I could stay my tongue and allow you to tend to my wounds. My apologies. May you have a quick recovery, friend. In time, you'll come to believe the powers the stars wield. Master Rufin. Chris's felicitous return inspires me to step out for a breath of fresh air. And behold, already does it appear a new adventure is upon us.
Ah, and here I was thinking you made the journey south to lend your talents in preparing for the forthcoming symposium.
Master Rufin, or was it Leveva? If I may allow me to give you my thanks, and my apologies for earlier. I have a tendency to...
allow your unbridled emotions to get the best of you?
That was amazing! You knew what it was I was going to say, before I even said it! But where are my manners? I am Kyokuko of Hingashi, and I have braved storm and sea to learn of the many wonders it is said you are to be found in this magnificent realm. But you already knew that, didn't you?
No, I did not. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get back to, matters which are important.
Important matters? Such as astrological matters? Could you show me? I wouldn't be a burden. I'd stand in the corner, in the shadows, behind a curtain.
While I appreciate the somewhat forced enthusiasm, I'm afraid that won't be
Oh, I was merely hoping that we might be able to share insight into each other's fields.
Each other's fields? You wouldn't happen to be a geomancer, would you?
A geomancer? so-called masters of wind and water. My grandfather had a tome written on the far eastern art of elemental and directional divination, though much of it seemed little more than folklore.
Layla Veva, did not the morning's reading mention friends new and old? What if Chris were the friend old, and this peculiar little man the friend knew?
The spear pointing west, the balance pointing east, the arrow pointing in all directions and none. It might just mean... Kyokuo, though it pains me to admit as much, it appears your arrival has been foretold. Perhaps there is much that I can learn from you. Nay, that we can learn from each other.
Oh, but there is! Soon you will learn the push and pull of the elements brings together those who require companionship most.
Yes. The elements. We will have to discuss that further at another juncture. For the time being, I am placing you in the care of my first and foremost pupil, Chris.
An excellent proposal. Or, as I believe the Hingans say, Keikaku. I dabbled a bit in the language when I was younger, but for the life of me, that ebon-haired emissary would not afford me even a sidelong glance. Then, might I hazard that there is no finer place to begin unlocking the secrets of the stars than under the bowl near Roots Lake? I shall even lead good Kyokuho into the South Shroud myself, if Chris agrees to do the rest.
After you, then. Next we meet, Kyokuho, you will have opened the first gate and better understand the influence the stars hold over all of us. Safe journeys.
So what is this gonna be, a freaking... Alright, off to Camp Tranquil. I forgot how quiet it gets in the Realm Reborn areas. But at least we're level 70 and nothing will mess with us. There you are. I was beginning to wonder if you hadn't been eaten by the hoverflies on your way here. But I jest. Genquinot tells me that you are quite the authority on all things relating to the bowl. So enlighten me, O honorable sensei. I am, as you Westerners say, all eyes? Or was it ears? I'll explain the bowl's origin. And Eorzeans believe it is from this tree planted by your gods in the very heavens that all life was born. Fascinating. So this is your bowl. In the Far East, we know of the constellation as something different, but know it all the same. I must admit, however, that seeing it under a different sky than my own fills my heart with a sense of both wonderment and now confusion, knowing what it represents to your people. What I cannot wrap my head around is that you would truly believe a notion so foolish as that the power of Earth, a word that by your definition means soil, would not come from the land itself, but rather from 6 tiny lights flickering in the night skies. We students of geomancy believe that such power naturally lies beneath our feet,
ever flowing through creation, as blood does through our veins. Yet, despite the differences in our thinking, the similarities are encouraging. All trees are born of the earth, and their protection is universal.
A most thought-provoking opinion that I'm certain Lady Leveva will be delighted to hear. Though, might I suggest you withhold the part about you being unable to wrap your head around our foolish notions. Unless you enjoy having a steel-toed boot wedged firmly twixt the bollocks. Shall we be going, then? By this hour, Lady Leveva will have already made the journey back to the Athenaeum.
Yes, let's head back to somewhere that doesn't require 15 million miles to drive. Back to Foundation. Thank God for the Ethernet. And here we are. Oh, there's Leveva. My thanks for taking the Hingan off my hands. And not because I think our visitor is an annoying little braggart with all the manners of a kobold foundling, which I still do, but because I needed the time to finish my work without distraction. So, tell me, what did I miss? Oh, I see. Perhaps I judged Kyokuho too hastily. I still have my reservations, but I shall afford him the benefit of the doubt. For now. The teachings of geomancy may be grounded in fairy tales and falsehoods, but my grandfather told me that every lie is born of the truth. If I can find the truth within Kyokuho's backwards beliefs, it may provide insight into our own school of thought. I see now that my choice to assign you as his tutor was a wise decision. Might I ask this of you, Chris? I promise that once the symposium has ended, I shall assume the duties of Kyokuho's tutelage. I sense good fortune in our stars, my friend. Good fortune indeed.
The next Astrologian quest will be available from Leveva upon reaching level 63. The requirements for undertaking subsequent quests can be reviewed in your journal. And with that, we've completed yet another Astrologian quest. When next we meet, we will be completing the level 63 Astrologian quest, Ride Like the Wind. But until then, that's going to be it for this episode of Crusnik's Purgatory. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like this show, click the follow button. Be sure to turn on notifications for every notification so you're informed of all of my live streams and videos the moment they are. I was trying to shorten that, but whatever. And be sure to subscribe to me for exclusive access. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me, click here to watch the next episode, and click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, Crusnik X, signing out.